Hello and welcome to Empress of Light. My name is Lisa, and in this video, I'm going to address the narcissist online. Online dating appeals to people because on the surface, it seems like a great way to meet others who share your interests and your hobbies. You can check them out from the safety of your home, and you can pick and choose who you wish to correspond with. It's a way of bringing single people together who share a common goal. They're all looking for love. Or are they? Now, while this is true that there are many people on dating sites sincerely looking for love, there's also a huge amount of people who are looking for anything but. The narcissist online is looking for supply. And there is a high percentage of married people, narcissist or not, that are actively looking online and using that online dating to attract a side piece, whether it's for a physical affair or an emotional affair or both. And often the unmarried person doesn't even know that the person they're talking to is married. I tried online dating years ago, and as soon as I uploaded my profile, I was inundated with messages. So I ended up corresponding with a seemingly very nice, very attractive man who seemed to share my interest, and I really enjoyed talking to him. That is until I received a call from his wife. Yeah, so this guy represented himself as single with no children, yet he'd been married for over 20 years and he had 4 kids. The picture that he used on his profile, all the pictures, none of them were even him. They were pictures of a male hair shampoo model. Right. So fortunately, I never met him in person, and after that experience, I was pretty much done with the online thing. Now, my narcissistic ex-husband has maintained several online dating profiles, and he still does. I discovered throughout the marriage he had several email addresses, although he claimed to only have one email address, never any more than just that one. And he actually made fun of people who used online dating. He called them desperate, he called them needy, he swore that he had never used online dating, that he never would use online dating, but not only has he used the sites in the past, literally he has never gotten off these sites. And of course, he represented himself as divorced while we were still married. Remember, the narcissist is constantly seeking supply. Even when they're in a relationship, even when they're married, they require constant attention from other sources in order to bolster their huge but very fragile egos. So personally, I don't recommend online dating, and here's the reasons why. You can't determine truth about anyone simply from reading their profile. They can write whatever they want, and you're reading what they want you to believe about them. Also, the pictures they post may or may not even be them, or they could be using a picture that was taken years ago, especially in the case of older individuals, and the photos can always be photoshopped. My ex actually used a photo of me and him in his dating online profile and simply cropped me out of the picture. Yeah, so that happens too. Scamming and catfishing. I cannot count how many stories I've heard from people who were duped into giving money to someone that they met online who told them some sad sob story. Also, you are probably not the only person your online interest is conversing with, even if they tell you that you're the only one they're talking to. In fact, especially if they tell you that. Very good chance it's not true. Also, the information you put about yourself online is permanent. And if you're an honest person and everything on your profile is truthful, you're giving predators and narcissists a literal blueprint of what to say and how to act so that you will find them appealing. Remember, the narcissist mirrors their victim. If you're a woman, trust, many men on these sites see you as desperate. It's not fair, but it's just the truth. And narcissists especially will view you as easy prey. It is nearly impossible to cross-check what the person is really like since you don't know anyone who knows them. You can't verify anything about them through mutual friends, co-workers, family, etc. And let's face it, blind dating is awkward. When and if you actually meet in person, the experience isn't really organic because you're both interviewing for a relationship and at the same time, you're auditioning for a relationship. The red flags are harder to spot online. You don't have access to their voice inflection or their body language, especially if you're corresponding through Messenger. And that's what helps you get clues as to who they really are and if their words are actually matching their actions. And finally, it can literally just be unsafe. You may be talking to a criminal, an ex-convict, a current convict, a rapist, or even a serial killer, and potentially you are sharing personal information about yourself with this individual. The best way to meet someone new is to engage in activities that you enjoy. Frequent the places and the events that you find interesting and fun. Attend social functions and parties with friends where you'll be with those that you already know as well as new people that you don't know. Personally, the best relationships and friendships that I've made throughout my life were formed from being in the same circles as that person and seeing how they interacted with others as well as the way they interacted with me. You get a much more authentic picture of who someone is and what they're actually like. And even though it really sounds cliche, I know you've heard this before, the best way to meet a new romantic partner is simply not to look for one. It's actually true. The best relationships happen naturally and organically when you weren't even looking. Now, if you're going to use online dating, please be careful about how much you reveal about yourself in the beginning. And please do not say that your last relationship was abusive. Unfortunately, many abusers, especially narcissists, will target those who have been in abusive relationships already because they know you have perseverance and you have a high tolerance for abuse, especially if the abusive relationship you were in went on for years. Check out the person that you're talking to. There are so many apps and websites that allow you to find out a lot about someone using just their name, their phone number, or other information. If the person is trying to find out a lot about you and revealing very little about themselves, this is a red flag. If the conversation is too intimate too soon, this is a red flag. If the person talks about the terrible relationship they just got out of, or that their ex is crazy, run. This is a huge red flag. And even if it's true, and they did have a nightmare relationship with their horrible ex, if you're hearing about this very early on, they haven't healed from that relationship. And they're bringing their unhealed wounds and their baggage into the relationship with you. It's not fair to you, and that is no way to start a healthy relationship. And if you're the one who hasn't yet healed from your past relationship, please take some time for yourself. Allow yourself the space to heal. Be patient and practice self-care so that you'll be in a healthy place and you'll be more likely to attract another healthy individual. Thank you all so much for taking the time to listen. I am wishing you love, happiness, and may your day be blessed.